And we are live. Folks, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the Nate Debate. I'm your host, Nate, and today we're kicking things off with a review. WWE 2K20, 6 months later. I actually opted not to pick up this version of WWE 2K20 when it first came out. You see, the bugs, the glitches were there, the problems were there, and I said to myself, I don't like the direction that this game is going in, so I stuck with 2K19. Well, we've given it 6 months, and we're going to be evaluating things. So that's just what I've done, and I'm going to be bringing you the review right here and right now. So for my review today, and all reviews here on the channel, there's going to be a lot of reviews happening. There's going to be a lot of different content. But anyway, for my reviews, we're going to be splitting up it like this. We're going to have things I like, things I don't like, and then things that I'm not even sure what to say about them. I don't know if I like them. I don't know if I dislike them. Maybe it's a little bit of both, so it kind of evens each other out, and they end up on the doesn't make the list. So let's start out with the glitches. The glitches of WWE 2K20 seem to be patched up, at least in my playthrough of the game. Now, that does not mean there are no glitches overall. Of course, when the game first came out, it was a glitch fest, and there still may be issues that I just didn't come across. So while that's a positive in the 6 months, it's also a negative because there should have not been any glitches to begin with in the game. So, for that reason, things cancel each other out in the like-dislike there. Because I like it, there's no glitches, but I don't like that there was glitches to begin with. Next up, let's talk about the roster. You are getting a hell of a roster. Just about every superstar is in the game except Bray Wyatt, the Fiend, which was interesting considering he's heavily promoted in the promotional material, but he is in the DLC. Anyway, another thing about the game that really stood out to me here was the control scheme. Every single solitary year, WWE 2K20 or WWE 2K, they seem to go out of their way to change up the controls on us for some reason. And I'm not quite sure why they do that, because while that might be great and they're trying to perfect the controls for new first-time players, people like me have a tough time relearning things every year. So I wish they would stop doing that. With that being said, there is a positive out of that, and that would be the fact that they rerouted the reversal button from R2 to triangle, which is... Other than that, there's some stuff we got to talk about. We got to talk about online play. Because when it comes to online play in WWE 2K20, it's really a problem.
3 days later. Tomorrow. 8:01 p.m.
I took Brock Lesnar into my online matchup. My first ever WWE 2K20 online matchup. And I got this jabroni online, Sweet Fataz. I can't remember what his name was. It was some crazy thing. And I beat him. I battered him. I hurt him. And I enjoyed it. So I gotta tell you right now, if 2K could make it so you could get into the matches easier, if they could streamline the experience so every match, whether it's a singles match or a multi-man match, played as well as the singles match I played, then you'd be onto some fun Whoops, I swear there. Just a quick note here on the Creation Suite. It is here, it is back, it is better than ever in WWE 2K20. And this is one of those staples of the 2K franchise that they really always hit it out of the park with. From what I can tell, it is all there and more this year. So that's a positive. So what they really, I noticed, upgraded here is the colors really pop. The colors are more vivid. And this may just be for me because I am on a PlayStation Pro, but maybe on other consoles. The graphics, I'm sure, have been improved as well. So let's talk about some of the new moves and reversals. You are getting new moves, new reversals, new animations. It's all there in this game. Some people have said they've trimmed back on certain areas. I personally have not noticed that. The gameplay still seems the same as it does every year. One thing that hasn't changed is the commentary. Well, we might get new commentary bits. The commentary is still very out of place. Things just don't add up when it comes to commentary in these games, and it's a damn shame. So let's talk about something that I really dislike about this game. 2K has gone out of their way to make an entire menu option for downloadable content. It's a big part of this game. You would think that half the stuff that's DLC, based on the trailers and everything they put out, is already built into the game. Well, 2K Showcase is back, and throughout that mode, it's kind of a role-playing experience. You take your created wrestlers and you play through the pay-per-views and you play through the SmackDowns and Raws and all the different shows. And along the way, you follow objectives to fulfill storyline goals, win championships, and retire into the Hall of Fame and so on. But what I don't like about it is some of the storyline elements you're going to be getting here. You're going to be getting a lot of zombies. You're going to be getting a lot of fantasy storylines. And for me, when I buy a wrestling game like 2K, I am looking for the ultimate WWE simulation experience. And when you add in these fantasy superstars, and all that they bring that's different to the table is a new entrance, a new look, and I don't even think you get new music in most of the situations, although I might be wrong about that. But the point is, it doesn't change the gameplay. It's not like you've got fantasy moves. This is not WWE All-Stars. But that brings me to my next topic. So that's something I don't like. I don't like the zombie involvement. You need to get your zombies out of my wrestling video game. This zombie stuff just does not add up in my simulation wrestling game. And the moves they perform are not over the top. It's an entrance and a different look and some, new customization tools you can use. I don't know how this got into the game. I'm quite shocked. I think that because of all the issues 2K20 had, they put this zombie stuff in there as kind of, they thought, a make good. And for me, it just turned me off even more. So let's talk about WWE Universe Mode. WWE Universe Mode is the best mode, in my opinion, that was ever introduced in the 2K franchise. It's the mode that closest resembles GM mode, which is a crowd pleaser. And I understand that 2K wants to go their own way. They don't want to just replicate GM mode. They want to do their own unique thing. And I believe that with something like Universe Mode, they could do that. But they have prioritized things in Universe Mode, like promos. And it's just, the promo system is really bad, folks. And as far as new features that they've been adding to Universe Mode since the beginning, it's not much. Okay, you're adding in more match allowances per show. You can have something like 14 matches on a show instead of 7 or 9. Okay, that's just a slight change in the upgrade. You're just adding another match. Really, does that add anything new to the game experience? It conveniences things a little bit more. But for me, as a hardcore gamer, I would have liked to have seen something more. And it's time to spice things up a little bit, my opinion. So, something that doesn't make the list because I'm very indifferent about it. I don't think it's good. I don't think it's bad, particularly. I just don't think it adds much to the game besides a new way to play the matches you already could play. It's Towers mode, where you pick a wrestler and then you take that wrestler through a gauntlet against themed gauntlets. So you might play a gauntlet versus The Undertaker's 23 superstars he's beaten at WrestleMania. You might have to beat all of them in a row. Let's talk about WWE Showcase mode. It's back again. We've seen it a few times before. I think last year they had Daniel Bryan's Showcase to the top. This year you get the Women's Revolution. So, the thing about Showcase that people don't like about it is no replay value. You play through once, you get all the unlockables, and you call it a day. And for the WWE hardcore fans like me, we already know all the storylines and everything that we're playing through. Maybe if you're a casual fan, you won't mind it. Maybe if you're a casual fan, you won't mind the zombies and all that sort of stuff. But for me, 2K20 was an insult to the hardcore wrestling fans, and it certainly wasn't worth $60 damn. And from what we understand, from what I've read, 2K is done. They put the final nail in the coffin with 2K20. They really did. So 6 months later, I don't know what to say. The zombies, they're still there. The glitches might be gone, and that's great, but get these damn zombies out of my wrestling game. And fix your online mode. Fix the bad promos in universe mode. Fix some of this stuff. But guess what? It's not going to happen because 2K says we're done. We're done with this game and they're moving on to 2K Battlegrounds. Well, here's my thoughts on that. My thoughts on that are good riddance, and I hope 2K sticks with games like Battlegrounds for the foreseeable future and lets another studio take over the simulation games, because they just about buried their own creation here. I can say that with the graphics improvements, with some of the roster improvements, with some of the creation suite, these features make it so I will keep 2K20 and not go back to 2K19. But considering this was a whole new game from 2K19, and when it released it came out so damn buggy, and even if it didn't come out buggy when it released, it was not a big upgrade to the franchise. And I'm tired of wrestling games, football games, baseball, whatever it may be, just adding a roster update and saying, here you go, that's your new game for the year. So I'm glad that this game is not going to be produced next year. I almost didn't buy it this year. I got it on sale for $20. And I'm a hardcore wrestling fan, and I still am frustrated. But somehow, they get away with it. Well, not this time. Not this time. So 2K, I'm glad you're not going to be producing the next video game. Give it to another company. And that's all I've got to say to you. Goodbye. This has been The Nate Debate.